Good morning.
Good morning.
What are we doing here in Rosemont, California?
I am going to learn how to drift a vehicle.
And this is not your, even though you've done a ton of different things as a stunt person, driving isn't one of them.
It's the one place I get spooked.
Really?
Yeah, I'm convinced.
Actually get spooked?
Yeah, I'm convinced I died in a past life. If I was convinced of past lives, I would be convinced that I died in one of them.
And that explains your slight spookiness about cars.
Yeah, like once I'm chill, but like learning to drive on the other side of the road was sort of traumatic.
This is going to be a couple steps past that.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully I've been driving on the side of the road. Not that there's a side necessary here, which I guess is a...
Yeah, we have the whole thing to ourselves.
Yeah.
And before we bring in your drifting teacher,
Yes.
I was thinking we would get a baseline, a ground floor, and just put you behind the wheel of the car and say, try and drift this.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Abject failure is the goal. And
Yeah,
we want to see where we're starting
I will
from.
nail it.
Okay, good.
Failure, I've got down.
All right, I think the car's right over here.
Let's do it. I mean, I know there's pedals here and there's a...
All right, I'm gonna try starting it up here.
I'm gonna stall this car already.
That's fine. It's built for stalling. Oh, okay.
How do you feel about that?
This is a baseline. You're supposed to not know what you're doing.
All cameras rolling, and 3, 2.
What? Really? We're counting me in on the...
We're counting you in. Go for it. Oh yeah.
This way, right?
Yep, that way.
See, now, I'm not even sure what gets me sliding.
Ooh, yeah.
Do I just stay in second gear?
Yeah, I think you want to... I'm not supposed to tell you anything. Yes! Yes! Go,
I've just got permission.
Yeah! That's cool! More!
What the hell?
Yeah!
I'm allowed to do this?
Wow! Yeah! Oh my God!
Are you okay? Oh shit! I feel like there's a technique and I'm not using it.
I feel like there's a technique and you're getting pretty close to it.
I'm just looking at that cone. And now I'm looking not at the green building, not at the green building.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what's the... This is terrifying.
All right, well, let's pull over.
Back to one.
Yeah, let's go back to one.
I'm sweating.
All right. I feel like you've now had a little taste. We could bring in a teacher.
I would love a teacher.
Okay, coming up.
Hi Zoe, I'm Conrad.
Hi Conrad, I'm Zoe.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Are you terrified?
Not really. A lot of what was happening out there is very common with somebody that
Not
hasn't
genius, just
that
common?
hasn't tried to do this yet,
Okay.
right? So it's there's going to be a disconnect between what our steering wheel is doing and what our feet are doing on the pedals, and I think once you grasp that, it's going to be pretty easy.
I'm not aware that my feet were doing anything on the pedals.
They were, and you're obviously not that scared to go fast. You were trying pretty hard. So I think if we get you,
I just felt like I needed to go fast to get something to happen. I was literally thinking, there's got to be a technique that I'm clearly missing.
There absolutely is. So what we're going to do is learn this in stages. The very first stage is what is it like just to have the back end slide out. So while you were out there, the front tires were sliding a lot. You would enter the turn with a lot of speed, give it an excessive amount of steering input, and the front tires would start to slide.
I felt that.
Once the front starts to slide, it's very difficult for the back tires to come out. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our drift car here, and if these would represent the white cones that are out there, you are going to drive in a very tight circle around the cone in first gear and keep the steering wheel in one spot, and you're going to use a lot of throttle to get the back end to slide out. This is going to be a lot easier. The speeds are going to be really low, and our goal for this first step is to slide the car with the back tires very tightly around the cone, like so.
Okay.
So as close as we can get to the cone without running it over, basically.
Okay.
And once you get that down, we can move on to the next step, and then the next and the next and the next until we get you doing the figure 8.
Okay. I like stages.
Easy enough?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying. Let's see what my body does.
All right.
Yeah.
You gotta put the pin strap on. Okay, so when we go around the circle, we're looking for about 10 feet away from the circle, from a very low speed. It's going to be 10 miles an hour, maybe even less.
Coming in at like 10 miles.
Yeah, you know, just kind of like establish a circle. Just kind of drive around in a circle, maybe a full lap doing a circle. You're going to go full throttle. Don't add any more steering, so don't turn more. We're going to do it to the left.
So like wherever this is, once I'm there, I lock that in before I...
Correct, yeah, don't, and there's going to be a real urge to turn more, don't.
Okay.
So you're going to use the throttle. Once you feel the back end slide out, which is going to be you feeling it, you'll hear the engine RPM really shoot up. It's all fine, it's not your car. You need to make sure that you counter steer. So the wheel's going to be to the left. As you hit the throttle and the back end tries to spin around on you, you have to take the steering wheel and actually turn it to the right to counter steer the back end coming around. You basically
only once it slides out.
Only once it slides out. And I would rather you have the car spin a couple of times instead of overreacting to it and like hitting the gas and turn the wheel to the right away. So
this bit already freaks me out.
all right, so here we go.
Round this thing.
Round the circle. Yep.
And I should be able to just hold this.
Yeah, just turn, there we go, about right here. You just hold it right there, that's good enough. So we can go just a little bit faster, a little bit more speed, and whenever you're ready, I want you to hold your foot to the floor. Go for it. Keep going. Good. Hit the brake.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So that was actually perfect. And what's interesting is you actually did the right thing. Believe it or not, you did the right thing with your hands. You counter steered, you got all the counter steer in. The reason why we spun all the way around, and I actually haven't gotten to this part yet, there will be a point in time where you have to lift off the throttle, okay?
Okay.
So you're doing everything.
Oh yeah, I was just...
Yeah, you just kept, you kept your foot in until we had spun, stopped, and we're starting to go again, so.
Okay, so I liked you talking me into this thing.
Yep, so same as before. Yeah, it's a little too close to the cone, but it's fine. There you go, this is about good.
About here?
Yep, and a little bit more speed, just a little bit more. There we go, and just foot to the floor, and lift. Good. Oh. Good. Let's do that again. Keep it going. Foot to the floor. Lift. Lift. Good. Again. So you just have to lift a little bit sooner. Okay. There we go. You got it. To the floor. Lift. Good. All right. So now I want you to do the exact same thing, but when you do your lift, don't go to 0. Go to like 50% throttle and just hold that. Foot. Yep. A little bit more speed.
Is this
a little
too
bit
close?
more. You can go a little faster. Perfect. Whenever you're ready, to the floor. 50%. Okay, so I think a lot of what was happening there is you were thinking too much about your foot and you were really slow with the hands.
With the,
so yeah, so try to be a little faster with the counter steering. Go ahead. Good. That was it. That was it. So let's do that again. Same thing. Don't be scared. Once you do that lift and you know you're not going to spin, you can get right back on the gas again.
Oh, really?
Okay? Yeah. That lift is important to get the back end to slow down its progress out. But then you can get right back on it.
Like all the way flat?
Yeah, probably. This doesn't have a lot of power. Whenever you're ready. Let's go. Throttle to the floor. Just back on it. Oh. Good. Again, right back into it. You're getting it.
This foot.
Yep. Power, power, power. Oh. All right, try again.
I think I'm not relaxed because I've butt cramp.
Yeah, so you should be as relaxed as possible right now. I know it's easier said than done, but
yeah.
Lift.
Oh, fuck.
So what's gonna happen, we're gonna do the same thing again. You're gonna hear 2 commands from me. I'm gonna tell you to lift, which is back to like 50%. and then I'm going to say power, which is just get your foot right back in it.
So I'm doing hands and my foot's listening to you.
Yes, your hands are perfect. You just got to fix the feet now. And don't worry about your car position to the cone. If you're 20 feet away from the cone or a foot from the cone, it doesn't matter. Okay. We just want to get you doing circle sideways. Okay. The cone is only there for reference. Okay. Perfect. Whenever you're ready, the power, lift, power. Right idea. We'll try again. Right back into it. You don't have to lift so much. Just a little breathe. Go for it. Lift, power, 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 power.
Woo!
Good. Power, lift. Oh. So that time we didn't do enough with the steering wheel.
Yeah.
We didn't crank the wheel enough. So I'm going to change something else up on you. Okay. I want you to get even further away from the circle. Okay.
Okay.
So let's look at like 20, 25 feet from the circle. So not so close to it. So whenever you're ready, just pick up a little bit more speed.
Oh shit.
A little more speed, and let's go. Full throttle. Lift.
Shit.
That's all right. Let's get back into it. That lift of the throttle needs to be as soon as the back end starts to come out.
And it's just like halfway though.
Yeah, exactly. Go from full to half, and then you'll probably go right back to full again.
Okay.
So not too close to the cone.
Is this too close?
Yeah, it's a little too close. There we go. And let's pick up the speed a little bit more speed.
So I keep this about here?
Yeah, that's good. Stay relaxed. A little bit more speed. Okay. And whenever you're ready, lift, throttle, throttle, throttle.
Oh.
It's all right. You're gonna get it. Perfect.
It's like I feel like I'm really close to understanding it, but I don't understand it.
No, you're fine. As soon as you do it once, it's like surfing. As soon as you do it once, you're gonna know what you're looking for.
Relaxing is a good one because I'm literally like this.
Yeah, you gotta stay as relaxed as you can. Pick up the speed a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Okay, whenever you're ready, throttle, lift, power.
Oh.
Good. It's all right, you're gonna get it. Pick up the speed, pick up the speed. Okay, let's go throttle, lift. Good, again, same thing. Power, good. You're doing such a good job with the steering now. We just gotta get back on that gas.
Okay.
Stay relaxed. Stop here for a second, foot on the clutch. If this is the cone, I really think what's happening right now is we're a little too close to it still. If we move the car further away, you're not gonna feel this urge to hurry up and get the car to turn around the cone. You'll have room to work with. So I'm gonna say let's even get further away from the cone. So again, I want you to imagine you can park a school bus between the cone and our path, like lengthwise. Yeah. Right. So about 30 feet, let's say, maybe even a little bit more.
And I think I'm sort of feeling like, I'm trying to still get the idea of turning around rather than. Yeah, correct. So let's see if we can get a slightly bigger path, and then we'll try getting back down to a tight circle. Okay. Shit. Okay. And when we're doing this, I don't want you to worry about getting down close to the cone again. I want you to stay 30 feet away from the cone. Yeah. So that being said, your eyes shouldn't be looking at the cone. You should be looking at the path you want the car to take around the cone. Okay? Oh, okay, yeah. Yep, we'll give that a try. Okay. Ooh. So sort of like this? Yeah, exactly. Whenever you're ready, on the throttle. Good. Ooh. Best one yet. Let's try that again. Same thing. Eyes out there. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. It's all right. Let's get right back into it. Big path. Okay. Whenever you're ready. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
How you guys feeling?
Would there be anything into her seeing it from the inside of the car?
If from the inside to be
so her riding and
sure,
I show her.
If you want to do that, go by all means. Whatever is organic.
You want to do that?
To
yeah.
Help
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Totally.
What I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to start off kind of far away from the circle, and I'm going to keep the car sliding, and then I'm going to bring it down close to the cone. So we'll start off wide, and I'll get closer and closer and closer and closer until we're really tight to the cone, and then I'll do it again. The hardest part about doing this, Zoe, is the start from not sliding to the car sliding. I think what you're going to see is once you get used to what it feels like for the back end to come out,
and you know it's coming, it's actually pretty easy to keep it there. But right now it's a bit of a crapshoot each time of how much is the back end going to come out, how much do I actually need to counter steer. But once you get that down, keeping it out is actually the easiest part of it. So hopefully I don't make too much of a fool out of myself here. Okay, so I'm going to start off pretty far away, first gear. And I'm kind of keeping my eyes over here, and I'm going to get closer and closer. And then if we give it more throttle, we're going to move further and further out. Okay, so part of being very relaxed in the car, I'm going to start counter steering as soon as I feel the back end move. When we're tense in the car, we don't feel the back end move because our upper bodies are so tight. So by staying relaxed, the steering wheel, I can feel it start to try to counter steer, and then I just kind of let it do its thing. So it's very important to stay relaxed. Right now, I don't expect that out of you. I think by the end of the day, you're probably going to be there. So what happens to you is the back end gets really far out, and you haven't done anything yet with the wheel. So when you do something with the wheel, you got to do a lot of it quickly. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's going to be one difference between what you're seeing and what you're going to be doing to start. Okay, the same thing. You know, you can see how far I am from the cone, right? And I'm just going to give it a lot of throttle.
Fucking red.
Okay, you ready to try again?
Like it was slipping through your hands.
Yeah, well, it's the same. If I want to go down that way, if I just let go of the wheel, it straightens itself out.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you're sliding, and I'll show you this real quick. If I turn the wheel left, just watch the wheel. I'm just going to let go. So it did all the counter steering for me, right? So, right? And that's also part of being relaxed. I don't have a death grip on the wheel.
Yeah.
So the steering wheel is trying to counter steer the second it needs it.
So why is part of the teaching not let it counter steer rather than make it counter steer?
Well, it's good to have control of the situation. The problem,
let go of it.
The problem with letting it go all the way is if I miss time letting go of the wheel and a lift of the throttle, we will hook slide the car with the utmost violence in the opposite direction because it can go too much. So it's always good to have your hands on the wheel, letting go. I don't mind you letting it slip in your hands, but letting it go completely can get you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
okay?
Totally.
Ready?
I mean, sure.
Well, I think, and you know, stay relaxed is not the right way to say it. Just be aware of your body tension. Just, you know, as long as you're aware of it, you'll be that much closer to fixing it. Okay. Loosen up the grip.
Oh, shit.
Loosen up your grip even more. Try again.
I felt it a little bit.
That started off really, really good. So you just kept your foot in it a little bit too much. You had one of two choices. You would either have to lift off the gas just a little bit, or you'd have to do a little bit more counter steering.
A little more.
So, yeah. Okay, we'll try again. Even looser grip with the hands. It's okay, you're gonna get it. Loose, you're holding the wheel way too tight. There we go. So you started to let it go, and then you stopped it for a second.
Yeah.
So you just got to trust it. I mean, you saw how I was driving. I was letting it slip in my hands.
I know.
Let it slip in your hands.
Okay.
There it was.
I felt it.
That was it. Again, just like that. And the biggest difference was you were very, very loose with your hands. You know, you weren't death gripped on the wheel.
I was relaxed, and then I went,
yeah, correct. But it's all right. The more we get familiar with this, the easier it's going to be. So let's pick up the pace a little bit. Yes, that's it.
And then what am I supposed to do?
Again, let's get to that point consistently, and then we'll talk about what happens next.
Okay.
That was perfect. Again, same thing. Okay, can you? That was twice in a row. Can you do it again? Stay relaxed. Same thing. That's it.
Almost.
So all that's going to happen is that the window of where you're coming off the throttle and getting back on the throttle again as you're doing everything with your hands, that window has to tighten up. So it's going to go, full throttle, and right now you're going full power, lift, gather it up, and then you go back for it. It's too late. It's going to be full throttle, lift, right back on it again.
Who would have thought this was a butt workout? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a butt workout.
That's a note
for me
at all. It shouldn't be an anything workout.
It shouldn't be a workout.
Don't second guess your hands. Once your hands start to move, you let them move.
Okay.
Because you're going and then stopping and then going again.
Okay.
There it is. Good. Again, right away. See? Nicely done.
Okay.
That time, that was full walk. That was good.
Yeah, I don't think I did anything with my legs though.
I'll try again.
I got one half of my body paying attention.
Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Yeah!
That was one full lap.
Was that only one?
That was one full lap. Yep.
Woo!
That was magnificent.
That was my first one.
So I'm going to point out something interesting that you did right there. So you actually did nothing with your foot. You kept your foot in it and you fixed it with your steering alone. So let's try to focus on that because it kind of takes one thing out of the equation. So just keep your foot in it. You're going to have to be, just like you were that time, pretty fast with the steering input.
Okay.
And if you got to use it all, you got to use it all. Okay?
And relaxing.
That's right.
Is key.
Keep it going. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Good job. Well done. Well done.
Woo!
Show off. Good job.
Yeah!
Well done.
Lunchtime.
Good job.
Thank you.
Well done.
Dude, it feels from watching you like it's going really well. How do you feel from inside the car?
It does feel like it's starting to make sense. There is adrenaline involved, which is kind of fun.
And it feels like what we're seeing is you slowly understanding the physical physics of what it should feel like and continuing to move until you feel that moment where...
Yeah, there's a click where something goes, click. Ah, what he's saying and what I'm feeling are the same. Instead of, he's saying stuff and I understand what he means, but I don't know how to put it in my body. Now it's like, there was one and I was like, wait, can we just go again? Because I think I need to do that without thinking too much about it. Then it becomes that learning to trust your body and your instincts. He's like, you've got it right, and then you slam on the brakes or you like hold your wheel and I was like, okay.
What's the next step?
I don't know, but apparently he's going to change it up a little bit, which I think means something slightly more complicated.
All right, that will be the next episode. We'll see you guys there.